Hey everyone, Candy from Candy's Floral Creations here. As you know, I'm retiring and I am trying to sell off my entire lot of inventory, as well as trying to find someone to come into the shop. Preferably a florist, because the shop is set up for a florist. So I just wanted to do a video of the shop and some of the inventory because everybody's asking. So what I would love to do, I have so many options here. So the first option would be if I can sell my entire lot of inventory, which is over 5,000 items, from, you know, I have like 500 votives to 300 tall vases and containers, to ceremony arches, things like that. But you'll see. So my entire lot of inventory, which is over 5,000 items. Then I have a van and a cooler, and ceremony structures. So that would be if someone wanted to buy all of that. Then the next thing, if someone wanted to buy all of that and just come into the shop and kind of take over the rent that way, you can do that. I have some people interested in just the shop, where if I can't find anybody to sell the entire lot to, then I will break it apart, and I will be having a huge sale in March of 2023. And then after that, I'll be renting out the shop, hopefully to a florist, with all the fixtures. The fixtures, what I call is countertops and sinks and display units and things like that. Then besides the rental inventory, the cooler, the van, and the shop, then I have all the things you would need for a flower shop to design, which is like the ribbon and water tubes and oasis and buckets and wire. So that's another thing. So there's a lot of different options. I'm going to be very flexible. I really want, to find the right person to come in and have their dream, flower shop, wedding and event industry, wedding and event florist or rental company within the industry. But I'm also a storefront, so you could have retail in here. So let me stop talking and let me show you the space. So we're going to start with out back, where my cooler is, where my van is. Oh, I can't flip this around, I guess. No. Well, that's weird. All right, so here's my cooler. It's a big cooler. It is 20 years old, but it's just a box. I put $4,000. You get all that shelving. I put $4,000 worth of it into it last year, into the compressor and the condenser. So it's basically a brand new cooler. The condenser's that way. No, the condenser's this way. There's my van, which is extended. It's long, and then you could stand up in it. And I have a shelf in it as well. So there is my cooler and my van. All right, so then we walk into the back of my shop. And you have your bathroom, where I also use for storage. The shop we have a new AC and a new water heater. Very new. This year, last year. This is where most of my inventory is for like my everyday things. So my votives, my Monets, my candle holders, my gold and silver compotes, things like that. This could be an office. I used to have an office in here. Me and my bookkeeper used to be in here. So, and this is a nice, you could close the door. So this could be something. And then behind the door, I have all my empty boxes. There's my hoopah. Everything I need to to do a wedding, to set up a wedding. My, I don't know what I'm trying to say. My carts, things like that. Okay, so then we walk into the design area. Lots and lots and lots of counter space here. So let's go over to the sink. All right, so we have everything that you would need, sink and buckets. Okay, and then here's one counter. And I had all these counters custom designed. And there's all shelving in front of it. Here's another counter. And now we have a counter here that's like 10 feet. And then there's another counter here that's like 10 feet. And then beyond that, there's another counter that's 10 feet and another counter that's 10 feet. So you have like 40 feet here. Behind me, there's a 10-foot. I usually design in this little middle island where I cut my flowers. There's my flower cutter. And then you could have, obviously, shelves. All these counters have shelves underneath. And then here's another counter that's another 10 feet. And then this little counter is my boutonniere and corsage station with all the ribbon. So you can do really, really big things in here. You could have a lot of people in here. I even thought about renting it to 2 florists. You have the cooler. You could have 2 people designing their businesses in here. So these are all, that's all the counter. And then you have these 2 where I have split it then. This is now my display area, but this could still be designing. And listen, this whole rest of the shop could be designing or could be retail, whatever you want. Right now I have it as display. People come in. This is where I do my consultations. So, you know, you could do whatever you want, but it's 1,100 square feet. Little consultation table. Here's the front door, the front window. And I do have a little, I made a, you could see it here, a little stage for the front window. So whatever you put in there kind of props up. So here's a lot of the inventory that I'm selling. But of course, then you have your votives and your compotes and your tall vases. Everything. I usually have like one of everything on display. So everything you see has at least like 10 more pieces in a box somewhere. You know, lanterns, artificial flowers, moss rocks. Like I'm doing a wedding this weekend and using all this stuff, the circle arch, feathers. Over there is like a Halloween. I did like 3 Gothic weddings this year. So there's a lot. So again, let's look at the design area, which could start here if you wanted it to. You would have this design bench right here. And of course, there's shelving underneath it. And then this one with shelving underneath it. These 2 shelving underneath it. All the shelves over. And then this is like our little design area. It's set up really, really nice. It really is. I mean, this is perfect for somebody. And then you could have your inventory here. And then again, we walk right out to the cooler and the van. All right, if you have any questions, let me know.